Cass, I gotta say, I'm surprised. We just went to the bathroom. You didn't put the seat down.
Because I knew you were coming in right after. I always put the seat down.
Oh, come. It's always for me, bro.
It is. God forbid you believe me when it comes to one of these things.
I
have a thing with putting down the toilet seat. I try and do it as often as I can. I have to think about it. But I knew Rob mentioned that he was like, hey, you going to go to the bathroom? I knew he was going to come in right after me. So I left it so you didn't have to, get your fingers dirty by lifting the seat up.
You think my fingers have ever touched a toilet bowl in the last 10 years?
You use your foot.
No, I usually grab some
you do?
I usually grab some toilet paper and do it. If I'm at someone's home, public restroom, I'll use foot. Yeah.
Oh.
At my house, you use a foot?
No, at your house, I use
restroom.
toilet paper.
Oh.
I take two squares, fold it, bing.
Oh, that's the move.
Yeah, well, 2 squares over one another, so they look like one square, then a fold.
I would do like the double. If I couldn't squat, I'd do like the double paper.
Do you dab your pee-pee when you're done peeing, or you just shake?
No, the only
I
time
never know what to tell my kids to do. Please tell me.
The only time I ever have a problem with it is at night for some reason. Like during the day, it doesn't matter. But I have some
where it just like gets down your basketball shorts. Oh, it's the worst.
I mean, like now it's like by the foot. You know what's crazy? When I stopped trying to stop having sugar, I tried to like wean off with like honey or like something. And I started eating like half a pound of fucking honey a day, and I noticed I was peeing different. Like I think so much sticky honey was like slowing that was messing up. Like I was peeing backwards somehow. Like you would go to pee forward and somehow pee would end up like between my legs when I was pointed out. It was crazy.
You're saying that the honey was sticking to the inside of your urethra
No,
and
no,
it was
I
causing
just-
a weird
I just think
stream?
it might have like slowed stuff down somehow. Like it not have been as like my pee maybe was not as, I don't know what it was.
If we ever needed Dr. Drew back on the show.
Right?
Yeah.
I have the same problem. At night, I feel like, especially when I'm wearing those bamboo shorts you bought me.
Yeah.
The amount of like underwear and shorts we've bought each
I
other.
would have a compilation, right? Is that the right
Sure,
word?
yeah.
Of the two of them referencing the bamboo shorts they've gotten each other.
But wait, hold on. You just said if I only had a list of all the things we bought each other. No. I sent you one pair of the shorts I sleep in.
And I've bought you many pairs of underwear since. Yeah.
You're at Christmas, it's your birthday, or some
I just
underwear.
know you like comfort, and I got you. Anyways,
I want to tell the people out there the shorts
Yeah.
that I sent to you. I sent them to a bunch of people. I love those. When I see, it's basically when I'm spending time with somebody. And I find out that like they sleep in something uncomfortable, and I'm like, oh, we got to change this right now. I think I'm gonna Google it right now. I
wish they were a little shorter. They're a little long, and they bunch up.
Okay.
Do you have anything that's a little shorter?
Maybe
Yeah, something in a small. I think it's called Latuza bamboo shorts.
It's probably your number one most purchased thing on Amazon.
you buy them on Amazon?
Latuza
Yeah.
shorts.
You can buy
It's weirdly,
everything on
you can buy
Amazon,
everything
right?
on Amazon.
Latuza funeral home. That's not.
Why he's looking that up, I do feel like when I go pee, I'll try and dab. If I'm in a public restroom, I'll do the toilet paper method to lift up or at a friend's, at the gym I do this, okay? I usually use a foot, but at the gym
You better not say what I think you're gonna say.
And I am going to say what you think I'm going to say.
And
I
you
will
use the same
use it,
paper to
and then
dab?
I'll fold it,
Oh
and then
my
dab
god!
it. Throw it
I
away.
like the finger.
Throw it away.
finger.
Grab new toilet paper, then hit the flusher.
Okay, see, that's some YouTube shit.
Yeah.
HBO.
Why don't you grab the
we get
new
it.
paper
Yeah.
for your pee-pee?
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to
trying to
conserve
be-
paper, and
alright.
I don't want to take the pee-pee toilet paper and then use the
complicated
flush.
to pee as a guy. You'd
I'm
think
trying
it
not
was
to
so
get
much
urine.
easier.
No. And then
See, my
sometimes
kids
you just
ask questions like this, and
you
that's
try and
where
do
I'm like,
this and get rid of it as much as you can, but then always you get some that comes out like 15 seconds later when you're all
in your
put back
pants.
together. Yeah.
We're having a problem here. I don't see my shorts on here. I'm getting
Dude,
very
if
worried.
Amazon stops selling Latuzas,
Oh my god.
it's going to be a dark day
It
in
sounds
hell.
like a medication. That's all.
You know what? The Latuzas,
There are side effects.
they look like this dress. It's almost exactly what this is.
This romper.
Yeah.
They just made them a little shorter.
I'm very pale right now.
And I like how you have multiple
so pale.
pairs, but I only have the one.
I
And the
have-
waistband's coming apart and everything.
And if you had to guess how many pairs I have, how many do you think I have?
10.
Jamie-Lynn? Sleep shorts. Same ones. Black Latuza.
25.
Yeah, you're definitely closer. I have something like that. If you open up, so
Because you just wear them throughout the day.
I wear them all the time. Anytime I'm in my home, I'm wearing them.
Yeah.
If you open up one drawer, so my top drawer is socks. Second drawer is black T-shirts, all like, there's probably 30 black V-necks or crew necks. Then under that is gym stuff. Now we go top left. I have all my white clothes, which are not a lot.
We have one pink sweatshirt.
Well, all the hoodies are in the closet, folded and in like a stacked on top of each other. But then that next drawer there is all sleep shorts, and there's no room in the drawer, and it's only sleep shorts.
Wow.
And they do pack down very tightly.
Very much, yeah, and it's full. And my favorite is when I just do the load of laundry with the sleep shorts, and then I have them, and I won't mix like sleep shorts with socks. Like I'm not gonna put those in the wash together because I don't want all the stuff from my socks getting on my sleep shorts.
But it's getting washed. It's all getting washed.
Yeah, but I don't want like whatever I step on with my socks and my feet are in my shoes all day, this to then be...
Yeah, see, that's where we differ because I do not think about that at all.
Right, yeah.
Do you hang anything up in your closet?
Yeah,
Hoodies?
pants are all hung up, which a girl taught me back in the day, and I love her for it. I love that idea. It was always like folded jeans and the whatever, and then I realized like, when you're young, you're hanging up stuff, and then you're like, oh, this makes like those indent little marks in here you want to do. So all of my jackets, I hang in the closet, but not like you would normally hang a jacket. I take the little loop and I put that over the hanger, and I just have it like hanging, so it doesn't get those shoulder pokey things.
What I worry about is that little loop becoming worn out because of the weight of the jacket.
Yeah.
Right, but then that's what you got to live. That's what it's. What are you gonna not? That would be like. That's like people who put shit over their furniture and like.
Plastic over your furniture.
Yeah, plastic over your furniture.
Oh, I'm a plastic over the furniture.
Well, what's the worst case scenario if that loop breaks? Then you can't hang it anymore. But if you're not hanging it to begin with,
you're telling me the little bumpies here.
If I see somebody with that, we're not friends.
Yeah.
Like
all my jackets are hung up that way. Do I? What have you? And be honest with me. Do I have bumpies on my jackets?
Well, you're a very shouldery guy.
Shouldery guy.
Yeah. Look, see, Jamie knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you've got like a pronounced shoulder. It's great. Cutter has it too. I love it.
Yeah, you're like
You've got good shoulders. Look at that.
Yeah, so it's probably harder to tell on you, but it also depends on the material of the
jacket. I'm feeling pretty good about myself today.
Should.
Yeah.
You guys, I started a new note section in my phone called Shit Bo Says.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, excuse me, Patrick.
Okay, well, did I talk about that on the pod yet?
No.
Okay, so
I don't even know about this.
I've got two good ones for you. So Bo came up to me the other day and said, when we moved to Austin, can I change my name to Kyle? And I was like, what? He's like, either Kyle or Oliver. I was like, Bo, you can't change your name. However, when you're 18, you can change it to whatever you want. But like right now, no. Bo is a great name. Please just stick with Bo. He's like, okay, well, but let's say I died. If I came back in your belly as another baby, will you just name me Oliver then?
I was there for that. He was right at the
fucking
sink.
Kid's gone Buddhist all of a sudden, dude?
Then.
Unbelievable.
Then I was like, that's a beautiful comment, like thought, but like you're not going anywhere. Stop. I picked him up from school yesterday. We're driving the car and I could feel him like thinking about something. So I know something's like about to come out. And he's like, hey mom, if this happens, I promise I'm going to be so sad. Like I'll cry every day. But if dad dies soon, can we get a cat?
Why? Because he's allergic to cats? Wow.
All Bo wants is a cat. And Cutter's like, no, dude, I'm allergic. Like,
yeah, but you get I think it's called a Rex cat. There's cats that are hypoallergenic.
Cutter's just like anti-cat. Like,
I
does
get
not
it.
like cats. And I was like, Bo, you can't say things like that, baby. Like, come on.
I know, Mom. And I'll be super
that's
sad
exactly
about
what he said.
it.
He goes, I will cry every day. Like, it'll be the saddest day of my life. But like, if it happens, let's just get a cat, right?
Oh, God. And I would hate to even think about living a life without my father, but like... What kind of cat would you want?
That's exactly. This literally the conversation. Away? Can you believe that?
Do you think anything's wrong with your son? Is that normal?
He's not getting what he wants.
He's not getting what he wants. Yeah.
He feels very ruled over, and I think that that's because he's gone to school in our house, and he's done, and it's just been this terrible. Honestly, my whole intention for moving is that we are in this bad cycle. I talked about this with Rob, where it's not even just like the routine, but we don't know any other way to speak to each other. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just like we're so used to how we relate and what the things we get mad at every single day, the things we don't listen to. Like, the only thing, despite our best efforts, that's going to fucking change this is moving to a brand new place that none of us have ever really been in before. So it can feel like a very like team, family, like this is new for all of us. Like, we're in this together because we cannot get out of this rut of just like the way we relate right now.
Yeah.
It sucks.
There's part of me that goes a fresh start, a new broom sweeps clean, as they say.
Sure.
But part of it is also like, let's get some of those habits in place now. What can we do now?
I'm trying.
They have too much go because
it is too much.
I think one of the great things about when you turn 18 and like, you know, people go to college or you move out or this, it's like you start to see how other people live their lives and you go, oh, what I was doing wasn't normal, or you see other ways to do it. Even if you just tweak it, it's like when you read a book and you just take the things out that you like and go, oh, I like that, you know, I'm going to use that thing. And in the last year, like, you guys have just been around four of each other, I mean, nonstop. There's no like new, you can't break old habits and start new ones because there's nothing new.
Well, especially when you can't hit your kids really today.
It's really hard.
I feel like you could get a lot more done. I mean, there might be effects down the line,
but whatever.
And psychological things you have to deal with. But think about, like, dude, when he says no to a bath, yeah, try a back slap, you know, like,
or even just like a nice sweep of the leg, you know, really.
Oh yeah, just take them out.
It would be so easy too because they're so small.
They're so tiny.
Yeah, I mean, even you could really
not Jack,
do
but
some
Bo I
damage.
could take down.
Like if
Jack is an animal.
If you
Jack
played
would
Street
take
Fighter on Super
Jack would be
Nintendo, hit her with like hit him with like an L or an R, you know, like if you were Ken or Ryu and you did that real that strong sweep, you know, and just bang.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, how about now? You want to take a bath now? You little shit.
I've heard Cutter audibly say, like, James, like, can I just hit him? Like, I've heard him say, I know it's on your mind, you know? And you are the first generation of people to really raise kids to know that that's a no-no.
Yes.
And it's even more fucked up because you can't hit them, but they hit you.
All day long, I get beat the shit out of me. Oh my God.
It's so hard to not respond to violence with more violence, you know? It takes a real, speaking of this Buddhist thing, that's true Buddhism right there. Mm-hmm. When my parents got a whiff of I was going to act up, it was like I could see my mom reaching for that shoe.
Oh,
you know?
my
like
God, forget about it.
It was, and it kept me in line. And I might have had a drug problem at ages 11 to 14, but like, look, it kept me in line for a little while.
11 to 14, and then what again?
And then again when I was older, yeah. I mean,
I think, you know, I realize now, I mean, I've done a lot of work and have a very different relationship with my mom now, but I realized, like, because she hit me when I was young, love was very confusing to me for a while. Like, I was like, you're who I'm supposed to feel safe with, but I'm scared shitless of you. Yeah. So it was, that's one of the major parts of why spanking and hitting is bad, other than like physically, literally like hurting a tiny human. But it just made me very confused of like how to feel really safe with loving, like, you're supposed to be who loves me the most and like who never wants to hurt me and keep me safe. But like, I'm literally terrified of you. It's really a fucked up way to grow up.
Yeah. And honestly,
she did the best she could. I mean, she grew up worse than I. She toned it down for us, you know, so.
It does have its effects. I think, you know, just up until maybe like 8 years ago, I got over the way I was treated as a kid.
Right.
But like for my whole life, there's
you.
like, it's exactly what you just said, which is you're supposed to be the one protecting me, but you're also the one inflicting like pain on me, you know? And that's a very profound thing to deal with as a kid.
Yes.
And And now they're just so frail
why
that if
Bo
they
wants
tried it, I
Cutter
would
to
fuck
die
up
and
my
to get a
parents.
cat.
I know. It's weird.
You would fuck
I
up
would
your
fuck
parents.
them up. They actually just got their vaccines, so
Great. My parents can't. What's going on in New York? They
I
have
don't
to like
know.
drive to Albany in August.
That's crazy.
Wow.
They literally can't. My parents are 72 years old. How can they not? Come on, New York.
Well,
clean it
not
up.
so fast. I hear Albany in August is beautiful. It's right where you want to
Maybe
be.
that's why she's doing it.
Yeah.
There's a huge relief, that
Yes.
but also they're so fragile. I mean, my dad shattered his elbow walking my dog. Like there's it's so weird now to see how fragile they've become when these are the people that used to rain terror upon me, when I was acting up.
For sure.
It just gets weird when you get older and they get older and they go from these, statuesque, figures of authority and discipline to like hunched over, barely move outside of the house.
Do you need help with that? Like,
Yeah.
that kind of.
Cycle of life is crazy,
Oh,
man.
Dude,
See,
it is gnarly.
My mom never really hit me. Like, she would hit me when I did bad stuff, but it wasn't like, like I was never like, oh my, maybe once I could think where I was like, oh, I don't know. It's hard to think, but it was more like it was like hitting on the arm or like weird or
Yeah.
like definitely would love to throw stuff at me, like that kind of thing. But like, legit stuff like the cordless phone, and it would like
Yes.
smash
Oh,
on the wall.
cordless
and then
phone.
yeah.
Yes.
And then I would get yelled at the remote, like things like that.
Lethal.
But her whole thing was, do it again, I'll call your father. And that became the like.
That was it for you.
And whenever I would get in trouble at school, whenever something bad would happen, the only thing, like, I was never worried about going home. It was always like, oh my God, not only is she going to call my dad, and there were, a couple of times my dad doesn't like when I bring this up, but guess what, Dad? You can't make me feel bad again. You already did. And now that's over. No, but there were a couple times where, like, my dad threw me a beating that was like,
Yeah.
like in my head right now, and always it was like, oh, this dude's hitting me as hard as he can,
Yeah.
where I wonder, like, I wonder what he would say of like, no, I was giving you, 50%. Like, I knew what I was doing, but there were times where I was like, oh, this dude's mad.
Oh, he's in the octagon. Yeah. There are moments for sure. I got one of those.
But I can't say I can relate, but like I have been there where my child has pushed me to levels of anger I have never
They've pushed me to those
felt
levels, and I'm not
in
even
my
their parent.
life. Yeah. Where I'm just like, how are you still doing this right now? Like it just it's a real test of self. And it makes me so sad to think of people that possibly don't have, resources that I do, or have had the help that I've had to get me to a place where I can control myself, because we're human beings and sometimes it's hard if you don't have, it's
Well, what do you
fucked
do?
up.
So, I hopefully will have kids one day. I get to the point where I want to beat something,
Yes.
my small child. You go, okay, well, that's not an option. That's off the table.
I've hit a table. I've hit the floor.
Okay, so you
I've hit a
redirect it.
couch.
Cutter.
No, I've never hit gutter. One time, remember?
Can you lock them in somewhere?
No, I'll say
Or is that bad?
I
That's
am
what I think.
so upset at this moment. I am walking away. You cannot follow me. I need 5 minutes.
Okay, and then they follow you anyways. And
I
then
lock
what
the
do you
door.
do?
I
You
lock
the
myself
door.
in a room.
And then they bang on the door and they scream mommy, and then
And I just
what do you
let
do?
myself get all of my feelings out. Like I let myself cry. I let myself feel it. And I come out like more composed, which I'm just hoping then over, however long this continues to happen, hopefully not much longer, that they can learn that tool, I guess.
There's a move I see. I've seen you do it, but whenever I'm watching somebody who I identify as a good parent, they always do the same thing, and it's the kids being a complete
Asshole.
piece of shit.
Yeah.
Right? And any normal, sane person would start being physical, right? And that's a normal feeling. But a good parent, they get down on one knee, they go eye level with
Yes.
the kid, and then they start
Tebow.
saying things like, what are you feeling? Like they start asking questions as opposed, I don't know what exactly, I know there's a psychology behind
Yeah.
it, but
Well, it's making them realize why they're doing the behavior makes them feel less guilty and less of a shitty person, and then understanding the behavior helps them deal with it more. Like,
Yeah.
I had to do this for Jack, where a therapist literally told me, because he has this thing where if you get in his space and he's not prepared, or even if he's prepared, he hits you. Like, he does not like
He swats
that. So
I've seen him hit Robbie.
So the therapist was like, he has a spatial thing. And so instead of being like, Jack, don't hit, like when he does that, just be like, oh, space. You need space. And so the more you say that, then that makes him brain, instead of being like, I fucked up again, you know, she's like, he'll think, oh, I just need space. So he'll stop him from hitting, and his brain instead will go space. So like he'll step back. Does that make sense?
So
he
you
doesn't
recognize he needs space, and then what do you say to him, or what do you?
So I was like, oh, you
put
need
him outside,
space?
close the
No.
door. Like there's
I'll just
space.
be like, you need space? You need space from me? Okay, I'll give you space. You don't have to hit me. Just tell me you need space. So he doesn't. It's basically
like a lot of work.
allowing them to label it without having a negative emotion about themselves attached to it. That we're all trying as adults to like rid ourselves of being so hard on ourselves and think we're bad people or whatever. Maybe that's just me, but I'm just trying to make, like, Bo all the time says to me now, I bet you wish I died, like, or I bet you wish you had a different kid. I'm like, and by the end of the day,
That's
I'm like,
it.
oh yeah, Bo, that old one. Okay.
I'm in the other room like, yeah, she does.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
Let him know.
But
That's a pretty
me.
emotionally
That's me. That's shit I
manipulative.
used to say.
Yeah.
He got that from me. It's my payback.
It's you've got Jack, who's just pure
Literally
physical.
an animal.
Yeah. And then you've got Bo, who will gaslight you and just play mind games with you.
100%.
Time for a sponsor. Robbie, we got Hello Tushy back. How do you clean your butt, Rob?
Oh, babe, you know what I always say? If you're a couple of real men like me and Cass, and you're going off-roading and you got your big truck and you're all the dirt and the mud, and you come home, you don't clean that fucking car with toilet paper, do you?
No.
How do you clean it? How do you clean it, babe? How do you clean that car?
You got to get a steady stream of water. So why treat your butthole any different? Use a modern bidet, and in this case, a Hello Tushy modern bidet. And now that it's Mother's Day coming up, it's time that you brought your mom into the future with a brand new Hello Tushy 3.0 modern bidet attachment. It's stylish, eco-friendly, easy to install, and will help stop flushing her entire retirement down the toilet in toilet paper costs. When we say anyone can put this shit together, we mean your parents, okay? Yes, yours. Hello Tushy 3.0 attaches to their existing toilet with no electricity, extra plumbing, or tech support FaceTimes, and cuts toilet paper use by 80%. So the Hello Tushy bidet pays for itself in a few months. Plus, every Hello Tushy bidet attachment comes with a 60-day risk-free guarantee and a 12-month warranty. I love my Hello Tushy. It's changed the game for me. So why not give the gift of a clean butthole to your mom? Go to hellotushy.com/pajama and get 10% off, and you get free shipping. This is a special offer just for our listeners at hellotushy.com/pajama for 10% off. hellotushy.com/pajama and support the people that support your favorite pod.
Don't be an asshole. Clean your asshole.
That's right.
So, Jamie-Lynn, in the last episode, we did a little something where I let you pick. Did you like that? You got to pick what we talked
I
about?
loved that game.
Okay, so we got a few things here. I think one of my friends might get killed by the mafia is one. I have a question about your child, which we just talked about, so that's one thing. I have questions about our childhood. I have a question for Kassem, or I have a COVID question. What would you like?
Let's start with COVID.
Okay. How do you think COVID has changed you? Because one thing that I've noticed that's totally changed about me is I used to be very particular about expiration dates. Now, like, there's shit in my fridge. It's like 10 days old. I don't even think about it. Like, I'm like, yeah, I fucking eat. As long as this doesn't taste crazy, like, and there's nothing on it, no mold. I don't even look anymore. Like, I'm just like,
Yeah.
it's
I did
weird.
not expect this from
Me
you.
neither.
Yeah, it flipped this weird switch in my head where it
Wow.
was just like, yeah,
That's big time.
fuck it.
Well, how have you changed, Jamie?
Well, I was going to say I'm definitely less wasteful. I'm more conscious of, like, because I remember in the beginning of quarantine where you couldn't get paper towels, so we were using washcloths more. I definitely have kept up with that.
Yeah.
And then for me, like personally, like not with like physical stuff, but like as like mentally, I think it really trimmed the fat for me. I think I realized like how many less like how I'm more curated and how where I give my energy and which people that too, and also really fear less about like outcomes of things. Like I feel very despite the turmoil within my home, I feel very like safe and content with my family, and I know that like whatever happens outside of that, we're going to be okay. And I think that for whatever reason, that was not something I like really truly possessed, and I think it's like a really nice place to be that I've always heard you get maybe a place to when you're older, but I think for some reason, like with COVID and this past year and all of that, I think it kind of might have, hit the fast forward button a little bit for me and kind of getting to that place in my life.
What about you, Cass?
I think part of it is yet to be seen. I do think personal relationships with people have changed. I feel like I'll be much more appreciative of seeing somebody that I don't normally see, making plans to maybe go see people. I don't know if that's the case or not, because there's a sort of part of the pandemic that I've liked is like not really having a good excuse to not really have to see a lot of people. And there's been a lot of like, well, everyone's got this excuse. And so, but I feel socially there's a part that muscle's been weakened. And I feel like there will be a little bit of a learning curve to like going back out or like going to, I would love to just see, I don't know if you have this, but there's a list of people that I would love to see that I'm not seeing right now, but I'll make a point to go see those people right away.
Can you name one?
Yeah, my friend Sean and his family, and my cousin who had a kid in last March, and I haven't seen like my little niece, So there's people that I feel like I'm missing out on, It's been a whole year. I haven't been able to see my little niece in a whole year, and it's just we live and die by the shared iPhone album that they update, every day, which is in an interesting way. It's really cool to see that at least, but it's different.
I didn't even know you could do that. He's so technological, this guy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, if none of you do this already and you've had a kid or you just you can have an iPhone album that you put pictures in and that you share it with certain people. It's kind of like an Instagram, but just for your own private family.
Then the grandparents don't have to be like, send me some new pictures.
Right.
Like, go to the album.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think on a day-to-day level, I've learned to have more comfort in my own home. I think before all this, I really just spent time in like one or two rooms in my home and didn't appreciate my house, didn't really go in my yard that much. And not saying I do that a ton now, but like I've been taking baths, in the other, not my master bath, in the other bath.
Whoa.
I've been experiencing what it's like to sit outside and enjoy a cup of coffee. I've kept the place cleaner because I think if I can.
You're in it all the time.
You're in it all the time, and you're I like to think that you whatever's going on in your mind is represented in your environment around you, and it's like a clutter house is akin to a clutter mind, and that's about it. I don't think I've changed a whole lot. There's just certain things I miss, and I'm looking forward to when it's over.
I also forgot one of the things you could choose from is Kassem has a male admirer. Who would you like to get to this next, Jamie?
Yes.
Somebody's after me.
Bryce has a it's just a photo. You don't need that. But we're not going to show this because
I get so excited when you have surprises for me.
But we'll have Jamie describe what she's seeing.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes. So this gentleman
Thanks for the zoom.
This gentleman sent a photo to our Reddit, and it says, what does it say up top, Bryce? Hi, Daddy, it's me, your son. What does it say? Hey, Daddy, Kassem, I'm son. And what are those two flags, Kassem?
Italian flag and
Well, it looks like the Egyptian flag and
the Italian flag.
And a kissy face. And then now zoom out again, please, and scroll down. Don't leave that. Jamie, please describe what you're seeing.
Okay.
Good. You can scroll down a little more.
It's a green
there.
wall.
Yeah.
It's a green wall.
A green
with a
wall?
with a hanging yellow,
She's gonna describe everything,
a hanging yellow like sea creature, and then there is a gentleman.
That's a
He's
person.
a hairy. He's got a green Yankee hat on. Has got one hand.
How would you know he was hairy?
I'm looking at his asshole.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh.
And
They call that burying the lead.
laying
That's
on his
right.
back in this bed, seemingly comfortable, and like so his knees are pulled back as if you're in like reverse child's pose, and he has
Almost happy baby pose.
Yep.
Yeah.
A Borat-esque white thong sock cock holder.
Yeah, really tapers the farther down it
But
goes.
it's very like, I don't know, is that how balls sit regularly,
They
or
can.
are those pushed up for the
They
photo?
can. It depends how happy your baby is.
I think the
So he's just
the
giving
underwear
you
is
the
holding
view.
it. Yeah.
It's really, if we didn't have that white thin strip of underwear, I'd be seeing straight down the lens.
That's right.
But he's just basically showing Kassem Daddy what is available for him. He's
And
happy.
the feet are at a very interesting.
It looks like he could
He
be
has
a
nice
foot
feet,
guy.
clean feet, clean feet. Appreciate that.
And he's not this is not the face of the guy who you would think would send this in. That's how I
good
feel.
looking guy. You can we can't zoom in on the face because the balls are literally like right on his chin.
You could zoom in on the face. I just feel like he's not creepy looking is what I meant. Like not that he's good looking, but
If you saw
There's
this
the
guy
top.
unfurl and stand up, do you think you would think he had a nice body?
I see. That's the thing. I don't do that when I look at people.
Just do a very cursory sort of like, does this guy have a nice body maybe?
you're gonna have to change your ways, Jamie, now that we're
Clearly,
We're a
yeah. I'd say he's fit.
yeah, he seems like he's clean feet.
I could pick him out. I could pick him out of a body bag now that I know he's got that mole on his right ass cheek.
Here's what's even crazier, right? He has like some trendy.
Oh, that's Kassem's son.
He has some trendy like bracelets on
Rob
his
is not a
wrist.
fan of the bracelets.
No, not that. I would just think nobody who ever thought of like, hey, I want to like, like be trendy, cool, or whatever, would then send a picture of him flipped backwards in a thong to Kassem in a public setting.
Do you think he hit the 10-second timer and got back?
Yeah, this is a 10-second pose.
Not a 3-second timer.
No.
No, I don't think this is a 3-second pose at
Rob,
all.
have you ever taken a selfie?
Not one where I had to set up a timer. I don't think.
But you've taken a selfie. in
One
your
time
life.
I jumped into a pool naked and I set up the
You did?
timer thing, but that's the only time I think I ever set up.
Yeah.
Have I ever? Yeah, I've like been around something that I thought was like funny and
Okay.
like reached my arm out
You
and
don't
taken
seem
a
like
picture.
a selfie guy to me.
I'm definitely not.
You're a big selfie guy.
Ugh.
I do it specifically for sexting. That's the only time I really take selfies.
What?
And maybe a couple for
like
Instagram.
your face?
My whole body.
No, but you do it more than we've seen. We know what you do.
What is it that I do?
You take.
I don't know. I don't know what he does anymore.
You take
I feel like I
photos
don't
of
know you.
yourself just clothed, not for sexting, like
Can
like
we
selfie.
zoom out of the photo?
Maybe for Instagram for sure. Yeah. But not a whole lot,
Okay, so let's say Jamie right now went through your phone.
which would be
Would you be horrified if I had your phone opened right now?
yes,
Why?
Yes,
because I have very sexy photos on there of myself.
Of yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. Like, what
Any
if I
that-
don't go into? What if I just go into your texts?
You'll find them there too.
Wait, is there maybe a photo, a sexy photo of yourself where you could cover
Yes.
just the penis area and show it to Jamie?
Can I just see what the facial expression looks like?
Please, come on, Cass. You never give
I'll
to the
find
pod.
one. No,
You
because-
never give to the pod.
I'll
No,
find one of
because
my
I
own.
don't put my face in them. In case they get leaked, there's always plausible deniability.
You don't have. So there's not
If Jamie wants to see one, I don't mind. I'll show her one.
Jamie-Lee.
I want to see it.
Yes, this is a pod, baby. Let's go. Go ahead. Here we go. And zoom in on.
Yeah, now I got to
Jamie-Lee's
find the right one.
face.
I'll give you the most recent one.
Jamie, what are you doing? You looking for naked pictures? The
No,
naked
it's-
pictures you have a cast
I
on your
was
phone?
good looking if I had any like selfies that I could.
Do you? This is not. There's no dick There's no dick, but it's. Part of me feels weird doing this.
Go ahead, show it, Jamie. We want you to describe everything you're seeing right when you look.
This is you.
Jamie in the mic. Let's hear it. If there's no dick, I'll look. What are you doing?
Butt naked. You're very fit. You're very fit. He's got it cuts off right above a little smirk. He's holding this phone.
I just saw you just flipped it to me.
Careful.
Wow. Holy cow, guys.
Careful.
Okay.
He is kind of doing that thing where you kind of flex forward so you can definitely see your abs.
Kassem, could you stop looking at me?
And you're trying.
I'm very uncomfortable. Why are you staring at me while she fucking describes this? Oh.
I see the North Face. I got you behind you. No, the one I borrowed from you once. And your Gracias Madre sweatshirt behind you. And you are covering your pee-pee. But you are happy about sending this photo.
So what goes through your head when you go, I'm going to take this photo to send it? Like who?
What do you mean what goes through my head?
Well, I can tell you, my phone tracks everything I've done in the last 10 years.
Yeah,
when
you're flirting with someone, you take a photo and then you also are trading photos with somebody.
Okay, so that's what goes through your head. Douche.
Yeah. Well,
something has to go through your fucking head.
Why is it such a foreign concept?
I'm trying. People are listening. I'm trying to fucking tell them what's going on in your head.
Let me tell you.
What are you talking about?
Tell you exactly.
A foreign concept. Wait, because you're acting weird right now.
Well, it's
you're
very uncomfortable. This is very uncomfortable.
Okay, well, this is what
I
you do.
pretty much know what Kassem looks like naked. You look great. You look great.
Thanks.
So what, like, so it's what goes through your head would not just be, hey, I feel like taking a picture. What's going through your head is, hey, this girl sent me one. It's my turn.
Okay, so you were sending
I'm
that in
fucking
response.
crazy.
Or did you send that first?
I think I probably sent that first
Oof.
in that particular one.
You were like opening up the playing field of like, let's do this.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like I woke
What'd you
up
get
and sent it
back?
at 8:05 in the morning.
What'd
Well,
you
that's what
get
we're
back?
trying to get to, Cass. Help us out here.
I'm talking
Jesus
to
Christ.
you. Look, the way you asked me was like, why would you ever send that? I'm telling you,
No,
this
I
is
said
the thing
what
that
goes
happens.
through your head.
Well, I'm telling you, what happens is you're flirting with someone, and then they send a photo, or you send a photo, and then you get like this sort of sexy vibe back and forth, and then you're just flirting. That's what flirting's about.
Okay.
That's
Have
it.
you sent that photo to
I'm not
multiple
sending
people?
it for anyone that like
Have
is
you
a buddy
is that
of mine.
like a stock good one? Like, have you sent that to multiple people?
A buddy
No,
of yours?
this is not like my buddy. It's not my brother I'm sending it to.
Okay.
No, I try and keep freshies. Yeah. Look, there's
Do you have an album?
some pretty saucy.
You have a sexy album?
No, they're just in the roll.
He wants people to see it.
No, I think I look good. I think
He
I look
looks great.
I think I
Right.
look good, but I don't. That's not something I would like post on Instagram or anything like that. Although it would crush, and it'd probably start my OnlyFans career, and I'd probably make a ton of money.
Help you finally do your own pod.
Yeah, new pod coming soon.
When you flashed
Cover
it, when you flashed it to me, it basically looked like I was looking at what we were looking at on the screen.
I mean, I could see where he thinks you might be a nice match.
Yeah, that guy might be your son.
I tell you, when I look at that guy, I see somebody who came over from your mom's house, and
Oh.
yeah, because I don't think I've gotten this sort of pre Tom or Christina's guesting on the show, and you know what? I welcome it.
See,
100%.
I think that something tells me that guy knew you before.
There's a history.
Something. It's just
We
my
had a
gut.
history.
My gut just tells me
From that infamous 6th grade classroom, all those things happening in 6th grade.
Maybe
something.
that is the guy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I don't think I think when Cutter and I first started dating, obviously I took a ton of photos and sent him. Maybe there's been a few in the past few years. Then again, we're always with each other.
There's not one interesting photo on my phone. If I opened my phone right now and gave it to you, it's all funny stuff.
It's all food.
No food.
Oh.
It's all funny things
Oh.
that like I send to people.
Yeah.
Or like something I found funny,
All
or
clips.
Yeah, I'll record my
Yeah.
TV with something. Or
Why would you have
Yeah,
anything?
you're a
if you-
big guy recording off the TV onto your phone guy.
Well, Kassem, you say why would I have anything?
No, I'm
But-
saying
but-
why would you, if you weren't flirting with anyone, why would you have photos of yourself?
Because
naked?
I think you take photos just for you sometimes.
That looked like it was for someone. That smile.
Yeah.
looked
Right,
like
I'm not
it was
talking about
for
that one.
someone.
I'm saying when you
No,
were.
but
someone
I
special.
but I have done that because I like to track progress at the gym because
So
I've
then,
never.
what are you talking? You're saying
But the-
crazy things today.
But that's not a photo I would take for myself.
No, but I'm saying I said there would
Hey,
be no.
why are you getting worked up, pal?
Because I said
why
there
don't you
would be-
calm down a little bit and tell us what's going on?
there would be no photos like that of me. You're like, why would there be? And then you just said you take pictures like that for other reasons.
No, the way you said it to me originally, this is
gaslighting.
what it sounded like. You're like, why would you
God, I feel like I'm at home.
why would you
Gaslighting.
have that photo on your phone? I said because I flirt with girls.
No, I did. I would love to fucking rewind.
Look how angry. Look
because
how angry
you
you're getting.
gaslight
Light
and
a
you say
joint.
things like
This
this
is what
all
I
the
want
time.
to
No
and
one's
then when you go
gaslighting
back
you.
on it, you go, I would never.
No,
I would
there's
never
just
say
a
something like that.
clear miscommunication in what you think
No,
I'm saying
I
versus
didn't
what
say.
I'm actually saying.
Why
to
would you have something like that on your phone? I never said that. You just said I said that. I never said that.
Okay, well then maybe that's what I heard.
this
and
is
if
what
I
you do,
misheard
and
you,
that
Rob,
stirs me
if
up.
I misheard you, I apologize.
I'm gonna have to take this fucking hoodie
One of
off.
us is yelling.
I'm gonna have to take this hoodie off
And do what?
to stop sweating.
All right.
It's a normal thing.
I think it's a normal
Is
thing,
it a
and I've
normal
never
thing?
done it.
Do
I've
you
never
guys
done it
send
really.
Sexy photos.
Of course, I think it's normal.
Only
You
in the
do?
last
Yeah.
couple years have I ever felt confident enough to do something like that. Otherwise, my whole life, I've never ever
Because of going to the gym
going to the gym
and your Theragun.
and my Theragun. Thank you, Cutter. Yeah,
Right.
there was just nothing to take a photo of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like by getting Invisalign. I'll actually smile with my teeth more now that my teeth are straight, as opposed to before. I had crooked teeth, and I would always smile like this, even though I still mostly do. It's the same exact thing, except one's with my hot body now.
Jamie-Lynn, let's say you were these naked pictures. Let's say at 18, Bo came to you and was like, listen, I want to be a porn star. Give me what's going through your head right now.
No.
What are OnlyFans?
No.
Can I ask what's going through your head? Are you going to get mad
I'm
at me
upset.
like
No,
someone
I'm
else on the
upset.
show does?
I'm upset. I would be upset. I would just be like, no, you have more options in your life than this. I think this is something you will greatly regret. And I don't want this for you. I'm not letting you do this.
Okay, well, our fans love this. I want you, Kassem, you're Bo. Jamie-Lynn, you're coming home at 18, and by the
really
way,
like our improvs?
if Jamie-Lynn, when Jamie-Lynn says no, that's not you. He's not just gonna go, oh, okay, I shouldn't do it. Like it's
trust
gotta
me,
be.
I know Bo.
Yeah, there's gotta be.
Hey, Mom.
I want to do porn.
What's up, babe?
I just got another college rejection letter in the mail. Everything fucking sucks.
Well, I told you to study.
Yeah, it just doesn't seem like college is for me, you know?
Okay, well, what are we thinking?
I don't know. I just figure I might be good at other stuff.
For sure you're great at other stuff.
Yeah, you know how I like sports and I, work out a lot and look good?
Yep.
Well, I was thinking, what if I just took pictures of my body and sold it and maybe did videos with friends? It's kind of like acting. Like you're an actress.
Right.
You know that when you love being an actress and you were very successful
It's
at
not
it.
really about my body, though, right? I'm like playing a part and telling a story.
I
So
know,
what's the story
same.
you're trying to tell?
Oh, okay. Well, the one that I shot this afternoon was I was coming over to fix this girl's plumbing,
Uh-huh.
and she didn't have any cash, and she paid me by sucking my dick. That was there's a video we shot, and that's up on my page right now on
Okay.
Patreon and OnlyFans at nakedbo.com. Yeah. Bo, it's called Bo knows.
Bo, I have
called
gone
Bo's Knows
18
Sex.
years without beating the shit out of you, but
Yeah,
I'm
you gonna
gonna
start now?
do it right now.
Dang.
It's I've got a boner.com, but it's BEAU.
Yeah.
Oh, very clever.
Thanks.
I appreciate your cleverness, Bo, and it's a great storyline for a porno. However,
I just think now it's like the
No.
year's 2032 and things are different now, and
That was good math. Bo.
people are older and like sex is more open. It's like you just got old fashioned thinking, Mom.
yeah, nope, you're not doing it.
Any word from Dad?
Jamie-Lynn, you're such a good parent. Just saying no is not going to do it. You have to.
I just said I was gonna beat the shit out of him.
Because I'm going to ask Dad. I know we haven't seen him in a few years, but
Oh God.
ever since that one day, I think like where Uncle Cass showed you a picture of him naked and then Dad just walked out. And we haven't seen him since.
You say he's living on a boat.
Go to your room with your cat, and I'll talk to you later.
You always tell me he's living
I
on
love cats.
He's living on the pier with Grandpa in a boat. Cutter.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, God.
Oh, and Jack's calling us from jail later today. So if you get a collect call, make sure you pick up.
Juvie.
You accept the
Jackson
charges.
Juvie.
For all the fires.
Oh my God. My friend brought her daughter over though, who's 4. She's a little older than Jack, and he was like smitten. I had never seen him act that way. He was so quiet. He was like, Gemma, come to my room. I play music. And he put on his little like light show music
Jack
for
did
her.
this?
Wow.
I'd never seen him like that. And I sent a email.
fucks,
They
dude.
sent an email to the preschool saying like, Jack's leaving next week, whatever.
Oh.
And so many little girls' moms wrote me. They're like, she is going to be crushed that Jack is not there.
Yeah.
There's a whole other side to Jack that I don't know.
Let Jack stay. We'll watch him.
All right. He would love that.
Yeah.
I feel like I'd need
You
a
would
cage
not.
for Jack. You know,
Yes.
I'd
called
need
a
a
crib.
cage and just like a leash or something.
Wait, we really did talk, like you said, because it's funny. I think you said as a joke exactly what my head really goes to when kids would be acting up was just I would just lock him in a room. Like I would take his shoelaces, I'd lock him in his bedroom. I'd shut the door, and I'd be like, "Hey, you're not coming out until you learn like you're not gonna scream when you want something because that's not the way you're gonna get
they
it."
don't learn that. They can't. It's not.
You got to get down on one knee, look him in the eye.
Yeah,
Being
you're
a-
doing like,
being a good parent is so annoying.
but you're doing like what seems like from the outside a perfect job, and he's not learning. So why not get rid of him for fucking 20 minutes at a clip?
It's true.
That
I feel
would
like
be
I
my
could,
move.
Good point.
I could
It's
meet
a
him
good point.
halfway where I could see something I don't like. I get down on one knee and I go, Jack, if you don't stop, I'm going to beat the fucking shit out of you. That's halfway. Meet halfway.
Yeah.
See, I don't think that works. I think I'd take him by his little hand. I'd walk him right into that room. I'd shut the door, and then I'd have 20 minutes of princess time. What is it? Goddess
they
time?
say goddess time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like they say, like you need to be like, oh, I see you're mad. You're mad. Like you have to like label all their feelings for them. It's exhausting.
Yeah, I would do some of that too, but when it reaches a certain point of like,
Yes.
oh, you're insane, then you're going in your room because this doesn't fly with Robbie.
My kids literally are unfazed by me getting upset and angry, and that's why I'm saying like I'm out of options.
My favorite thing to do.
Sorry.
No, go.
They get the most upset when I just shut down and ignore them. Is
Yeah.
when they get real rattled. Where I'm like, all right, you know what, guys, I'm fucking done.
That's what happens to me currently today. If I don't get attention. That really rattles me.
panics.
Yeah.
From girls.
Yeah. Fuck, even my mom.
Wow.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, the lack of
I've
attention.
reached that point where I'm like, I can't even fucking yell anymore. Yesterday, I texted Cutter. I was like, hey, yo, I'm going for a drive. Gotta go. Come out of your
Right.
room.
Oh, really?
What if that was the thing? If you were like, when you're bad, I'm gonna no, that would be abandonment issues, right? If you're like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave every time you're bad, that doesn't.
That's
My-
the thing is you gotta like
My tires
think,
are
is this gonna fuck them up for the rest of their lives?
But I don't care. Putting them in a
It's
room
so
by
much
themselves.
responsibility. It's terrible. By the
Is
way,
that
do you see how
Patrick?
many Roblox calls I'm getting already? FaceTime Roblox? As soon as Bo signs on, everyone sees and just starts fucking FaceTiming him.
You can't get him like an email where it doesn't go to your phone.
I have to figure that out somehow.
Yeah, you just get him an email and only tell 3 people, and then they'll
Yeah.
FaceTime him, and
I
it goes
know.
right to his iPad
Just
or
feels
whatever.
like a lot of effort right now.
Yeah, well, I would think that would be way more effort, like having to deal with that all fucking day. Like I always see.
Well, I
your
usually will
phone
like
and-
come to my phone and there's like 97 text messages and 14 missed calls.
Yeah, that seems like the effort I wouldn't be able to put up with. But my favorite thing to do lately with Bo is I'm extremely sarcastic with him.
You are.
And I don't and I love to watch his face when he realizes I'm being sarcastic. It's like my favorite thing because I try and hold my smile in, but like, you know, whatever we're saying to each other, he'll be like, yo, you need to push that button. You need to push that button. You need to push the button. And I go, oh, Bo, do you think I should push that button? And I look at him and he goes, and there's this weird like silence where he doesn't know if I'm serious, and then those times where like he starts to smirk and then I start to smirk and then we like he does find it funny once he realizes
he's being annoying.
That or just no, but sometimes it's like he's not like I walked in, you were like, can you give them their 5-minute warning? And I went in and I was like, hey, Bo, it's your 5-minute warning. And if you cry when you come out, we're gonna throw you in the pool and put the cover on. And I was just like that, like that's, and he was like, and looked at me and I like, as soon as I start to smirk a little, he starts cracking up.
Yeah.
Like, you know, he doesn't.
They're still innocent enough. Yeah.
Right, exactly. Where I think like in my head, I'm like, of course he knows that that I'm kidding, but he's like, what are you gonna? That's why the other day he said something like, you said, sometimes I just want to let you and your brother fight and not get in the way, and you're just gonna hurt each other. And he goes, yeah, Ma, you'd be happy if I broke my leg. Like, and you were like, no, but I just think that. And he started screaming.
He's got an answer for everything. He has a fucking answer. He's at a really annoying age, I think.
I find, like, obviously this doesn't work for you, but with me, it's like when he's being annoying, I notice like the sarcasm disarms him. So
all right, I'll try it.
No, I don't think it could work. I think it's a different thing for you because I'm not annoyed with his shit like you are. You know what I mean? Like for me, it's like...
I did use you as ammunition though the other day when he was like, I saw him starting with Jack before and then being like, Mom, he's hitting me. And I was like, even Rob is on to you.
Oh.
I was like, Rob sees it. He told me he's seen it. He's seen you start with Jack and then cry to me that you make Jack hit you and then you cry.
Yeah. And he's like, well, Rob's not my dad. Like what he
didn't say anything. He was rattled about it.
Oh, good. Yeah, rattle. Hey, whatever you got to do, Jamie. If you got to throw my name in the dirt,
I had to. You got to stick with that story for me.
Yeah, well, it's the truth.
It is the truth.
I would. Yeah, that's. I'll put my hand on the Bible to that one.
I can't wait to see him Sunday.
Yeah.
You know,
poor guy.
Razz him up a little.
We've only got a couple more interactions before he's gone forever.
It's gonna be, man. We're planning this Austin thing. It's all. We got something. We're doing something, guys.
Yeah. Well, don't worry. We'll make it fun.
We got plans.
We got plans.
We've been thinking about it. We're actually just talking about it before we got here today. But we've got nothing's happening to the pod. I know some of you are still worried, but the pod will go on and continue, and nothing will change except the location.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And backgrounds, maybe.
Yeah, we're gonna keep things going.
What do you guys think of this background, by the way? Because my husband hates it.
Yeah, all the alpha males, they hate it.
No, not even alpha male. By the way, here's what my idea is. And it sounds crazy. I would love like if like somebody who is dope with spray paint like could do like Pajama Pants podcast and like black here. So it's like you have that mix of like, okay, that's kind of cool and something with the like fun thing. I just think the like, and by the way, I don't like the background, but it was more so them having to do the color correcting where I looked like shit all the time because for the background to look good, my face had to be bright red. But what fucking really pisses me off, I come here, I do fucking 80 podcasts. Nobody gives a shit. As soon as Tom Segura comes, he does one pod. Guess what? It's the first pod where my face isn't red, his face isn't red. I go, oh, Bryce, what happened here? He goes, oh, well, Tom Segura was having the same problem that you had with the red face. Oh, so Tom comes and does one thing and they change the fucking settings on the podcast for Tom Segura.
'Cause he looked red.
Yeah, for Tom Segura they change it. I come here and bust my fucking ass 2 years in a row during fucking a pandemic.
That's right.
And I get fucking, oh, sorry, Rob, that's just, you're going to look like shit every episode. Well, it's amazing.
Yeah, if there's one thing we've learned during this pandemic and this podcast is that the more famous you are, the better you're treated. And we're hoping to get there with this pod.
It's unfucking
Let me rephrase
real.
that. I'm hoping to get there with this pod. Thank you very much.
Yeah. I mean, it's
well,
unfucking real.
you throw that pic on the interweb and you'll be pretty darn famous.
Look, yeah. I'll show Gabby too. Look, if I think if anyone really wanted to see it that bad and you sent me a Venmo for $300, I could probably work it out.
Oh, I think they could get you for less than that. Gabby, how many times did I ask you to, are you listening to I'm sorry, are we bothering you?
Oh, dude, are you listening to Big Mood Pod over there?
Jesus Christ, forget it, Gab.
He's working.
What the fucking, no,
this guy's
this
fired
is
up
work.
today. This guy's
work.
fired up, and this makes
work,
good pod.
Jamie. This is the job.
This is the job, Jamie.
If Tom Segura was here, you think she'd have those fucking headphones on her head? God damn it, I'm sick of this shit. I'm gonna fucking go back on Sopranos to get treated with some fucking respect in this world again.
That's right, Gabby.
Damn it.
And sometimes we need to be physical with our producers. That's just to tie this whole thing up.
Yeah. I think when you say people would have to
hitting.
People would have to Venmo you $300. Dude, for $50, you're not sending that picture to somebody?
No, because you know what happens is you send it to one person, that person then leaks it out. So it's all about making that money up front. It's the same theory that goes behind some of these cosplay girls. Like my good friend Jessica Negri, who's on OnlyFans, has never done a fully nude thing, and she can keep charging higher and higher prices. So if she ever did do a fully nude, that initial price is going to be the most she'll ever get, because then everyone's already seen it, and then she can only charge less after that. So the initial price has got to be high. Or you just got to match with me on a dating app and get sexy. That's free.
You know what's it is kind of crazy, right? Like the psychology of men can go look at Kim Kardashian literally butt naked, getting fucked, sucking dick, but yet somehow they still want to see like sexy pictures of her.
Right. Yeah, it's like you've already seen it all.
Your brain just wants more.
Right, and I understand of like but searching it out. Like if you're like, oh, I've sat there and looked through, because when I used to do Instagram, I used to just look at fucking hot chicks all day. My friends would send me, oh, look at this chick, and you're looking and looking, where it's like, why am I looking at pictures of fucking Kim Kardashian's like tits half covered when I could go see her naked? Like it makes it's pretty nuts.
Yeah, I get that point of view. I think there's something to be said of looking at current photos of somebody, but I do agree. I think nothing's better than somebody you haven't seen naked yet, you know. And there's a lot more mystery around it. There's like, you know, what does that person look like? When you already kind of know, it takes that's why I think the girls that do best on OnlyFans aren't the porn stars. They're the ones that are like riding that edge, you know, that are the cosplay girls that show very little but still have never done topless fully.
They're good girls.
They're good girls, and they get the most cash because every day they inch closer to fully nude, but they're not quite there. And then it's just a bunch of people that are horned up and want to see it, including me. And yeah, I think that's the secret to OnlyFans, is just tiptoeing that line.
Well, I was watching, this is a while ago, but I remember there was Real Housewives. I kind of stopped watching Real Housewives. Breaking news. And I remember there was a scene where like I thought Denise Richards, like you could see her nipple, and I remember like rewinding it, trying to pause like right at the moment, and then I'm like, what are you doing? I could Google her name right now. She's naked.
Yeah.
Like I could see her boobs.
Watch Wild
and
Things.
I still wanted to like, I was like, oh, like,
that?
yeah, I don't know. What is it? It's strange.
Right. It's similar with Angelina Jolie, who hasn't been nude in a long time.
You want to see a more recent nude.
You want to see something
You've
recent.
seen it before.
But no, it wasn't even that for me. It wasn't even about like, before and more recent. Like even if I would have done the same thing if you said, hey, here's a picture of her naked from today. Yeah. I still would have done it's strange, right?
Well, this has been a good one.
Wow. Well,
yeah. We went all over the place. Emotions ran high. We talked about some deep issues. We got sexy for a moment, and we yelled at Gabby, which is par for the course. I think it's a good ep.
Yeah, I got my pent up Tom Segura anger.
You did good. I haven't seen that in
Hopefully
a while.
You guys are watching this and Rob isn't tomato red. You know, if you are watching on YouTube.com, click subscribe and click the notification bell. That way you know when our videos go live, which is every Tuesday mornings right now. And we're on Instagram and Twitter, and so is Jamie and myself. Rob is mysterious, but he will answer a lot of your questions that you send us on our Instagram. And we have a subreddit, r/Pajama Pants Podcast. That's where men like the gentleman with the butthole pic that we talked about today, that's where he submitted. So utilize all the platforms that we're on. And then
Gabby, when you're editing this, just pretend we'll get a cardboard cutout of Tom Segura here, so you could maybe pretend like you're doing it for him.
Use it like a white balance.
Yeah, since you don't know him, but you care more about how he appears on the show, that's what we'll do from now on.
We also have merch for sale by the time this comes out. we have merch for sale. And if it isn't sold out, you can go to graciascalifornia.com. We have some hoodies and a hat that we're selling. And if we are out of stock, we will restock them very soon. So I don't know if you just want to make sure we can either edit that part out or not by the time that this episode comes out. But there's a very real chance we'll have some stuff for sale. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.